day. Sabbath day. We gon' ride around on the Sabbath day. Breaking bread with the town on the Sabbath day. Hey, Sabbath day, Sabbath day. Remember to keep it holy, Sabbath day. Yeah, Sabbath day. Generation to generation, Sabbath day. Supernatural demonstration, Sabbath day. Yahweh ordained, Sabbath day. Ain't no profaning, Sabbath day. Hey, what? Sabbath day. Ain't no buying or no selling on the Sabbath day. Hey, doing nothing on the Sabbath day. Arm posted with my brothers on the Sabbath day, yeah. Ain't no working on the Sabbath day. No carrying no burdens on the Sabbath day. Hey, I see you in person on the Sabbath day. Yes, it got a purpose. Sabbath day. Sabbath. Get prepared for the Sabbath day. I ain't have all my wares for the Sabbath day, but these days I'm prepared for the Sabbath day. Hey, what you doing for the Sabbath? Breaking bread with my people, breathing on the Sabbath. All's running down my head on the Sabbath. Going over what I just read on the Sabbath day. Hey, I'ma hit the waters on the Sabbath day. Y'all sons and daughters obey the Sabbath day. My boy street teaching on the Sabbath day. Pastor Al, where you teaching? Sabbath day. Hebrew News on the Sabbath day. Cincinnati, Houston Brews on the Sabbath day. I was lost and found on the Sabbath day. VOI goes down on the Sabbath day. MOC, Sabbath day. Sundown to sundown, Sabbath day. We gon' ride around on the Sabbath day. Breaking bread with the town, Sabbath day, Sabbath day. Remember to keep it holy, Sabbath day. Yahweh ordained, Sabbath day. Can't profane, Sabbath day. Generation to generation, Sabbath day. Supernatural demonstrating, Sabbath day. All the tribes getting fresh for the Sabbath day. I feel so blessed on the Sabbath day. I'm just chilling on the Sabbath day. I don't clean my room on the Sabbath day. Ain't no using vacuums on the Sabbath day. Yeah, I'm leaning like a broom on the Sabbath day. Hey! I'm singing songs on the Sabbath day. I'm laid up all day long on the Sabbath day. I'm just posted at the crib on the Sabbath day. I'm having chopper with my rib on the Sabbath day. Hey, we ain't cooking on the Sabbath day. We talking about Israel on the Sabbath day. I got pre-prep meals for the Sabbath day. Yeah, it's all Israel on the Sabbath day. Don't care what nobody feel on the Sabbath day. Hey, Sunday is not the Sabbath day. Quit lying to the people so they won't observe the Sabbath day. Hold up, Sabbath day. You see me and my friends on the Sabbath day. About the Father business on the Sabbath day. Ain't no buying or no selling on the Sabbath day. Ain't no carrying no burdens on the Sabbath day. Sabbath day. Sundown to sundown. Sabbath day. We gon' ride around on the Sabbath day. Breaking bread with the town. Sabbath day. Sabbath day. Sabbath day. Right, y'all? Alright. I'll sing now. It's coming either with you. I've been doing music since I got down here, y'all, so please forgive my this is where he lead me. Alright. Say you'll never leave me nor forsake me, and I believe you. Say that you'll be there when I call. I need you. Oh, wretched man that I am, who will deliver me from the body of this death? Yeah. Standing at the door of my heart, I receive you. So I bow before your throne. You are Yah and Yah alone. I want to live with you forever live forever, live forever. Teach me to live forever, live forever, live forever. I bow before your throne. You are Yah and Yah alone. I want to live with you forever, live forever, live forever. Teach me to live forever, live forever, live forever, forever. I keep the word on me day and night. What's in the dark always come to light. Deep in the garden after midnight, that's when the wicked come out. So we pulling out them scriptures, unravel the mystery, waking up the lost sheep. Pull them out their misery. The streets don't love you. Let this song move you. Ruach in your speaker box. This ain't what you used to. Yahweh be the glory. Watching the seasons change. People go in the way of the heathen. It won't change. Show me to live forever. Show me to walk in your way. Show me to walk in integrity as my hair turn gray. Even when they scoff, heavy with the scorn and reproach. I die for what I believe. I stand firm, hold my post. Abraham in the furnace. Daniel in the lion's den. Try me in your fires, Yahweh. Let the lions in. I am on the narrow path to a narrow gate. Satan on my coattails. This a crucial race. Watch out for the stumbling blocks. Father, I need your light. Let me serve with all I have. Let me be a light. I bow before your throne. Grateful for your grace and your mercy. I can't go through this alone. I need you. You never change. You are forever. And so I bow before your throne. You are Yah and Yah alone. I want to live with you forever, live forever, live forever. Teach me to live forever, live forever, live forever. I bow before your throne. You are Yah and Yah alone. Yes, you are. And I want to live with you forever, live forever, live forever. Teach me to live forever, live forever, live forever. I bow before your throne. I bow before your throne. I bow before your throne. You are Yah and Yah alone, yeah. And I want to live with you forever. Father, teach me to live forever, yeah. Ooh, forever, live forever. I bow before your throne. I bow before your throne. I bow before your throne. Woo. Bow before your throne. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
At this particular time, I'm going to welcome you all once again to Shabbat Fellowship right here in Fort Worth, Texas. We are the first organized Hebrew Israelite congregation. Thank you for taking time out of your reverence for the Most High Yah Elohim. I want to thank Elder Scales for being here. He's going to be our keynote teacher. Elder Darrell as well. Let's give him a hand. Give yourselves a hand this morning as well. But I just want to touch on a few things about how we should conduct ourselves as a people, as a congregation. uh, uh, and how, and what dispensation that we're in right now, and how the congregation is established right now. If I can get Jeremiah 3:15. Jeremiah 3:15. Turn your attention to Jeremiah 3:15.
Jeremiah 3:15. And I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
The scripture says he'll give us what? Pastors according to
My heart.
his heart, the Most High's heart, who will give the people what? Knowledge and understanding. Now, we know that that's also speaking about a time that is to come as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you that, even now that there are pastors who, anyone who teaches the people knowledge and understanding of the scriptures is a person who has a heart after the Most High. Read that one more time, brother.
Jeremiah 3:15. And I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. You understand? The Most High give us knowledge and understanding. Let's get an example of a pastor with a heart after the Most High. Is that Acts what verse I give you, brother? Acts
13 and 22.
Acts 13 and 22. Read that.
Okay. Reading Acts 13th chapter, 22nd verse. And when he had removed him, he raised up unto them David to be their king, to whom also he gave testimony and said, I have found David, the son of and a man after my own heart, which shall fulfill all my will.
A man after whose heart?
Yes. My own heart, which shall fulfill all my will.
Which shall fulfill the will of the Most High. David was not just a king. David was a shepherd king. Meaning the word pastor comes from the word shepherd. So David was a priestly king. David was a shepherd king. Who can name another shepherd king who was to come from the seed of David? Hamashiach. That's why they call him Hosanna. Hosanna, son of what? David. Because he is he's a son of he's of the seed of David. You understand? Even before Jeremiah prophesied about pastors that are to come with a heart after the Most High, there was already someone who existed with a heart after the Most High. See, Saul didn't have a heart after the Most High. Saul had a heart to please the people. Saul had a heart to please people, to appease people. You're going to have a heart after Yah in this generation, in this wicked and adulterous generation, to live for Yah. So if you don't have a heart after the Most High, the stuff that you do, you're going to be doing stuff just to impress the crowd. Elder Darrell, I don't want to be the only one in this room not eating pork.
Yeah.
Brother Anthony, everybody else is drinking at the party, but I don't want to be the oddball not drinking at the party. You see what I mean?
You either please man or you please God.
There you go. Saul was rebuked by Samuel because of what? He didn't do what the Most High had told him to do. When he was supposed to destroy
the Amalekites.
the
Agag, and he was disobedient.
That's right. Kill them and the cattle.
Destroy everything.
And what did he say? But the people.
People wanted it.
But the people. You understand? So you're going to have a heart after Yah. That's why YAH'S said, what did he say when asked the two greatest commandments? He said to love the Most High with all your heart. I'll just start right there. Because the heart and the mind in the Bible is used interchangeably. You understand? And when it says to love him with all your heart, your mind, and your soul, that is to imply that I love him. I show that I love him with all my heart by doing what he commanded me to do, right? He commands me not to eat pork. He commands me not to steal, not to lie, not to commit adultery. He commands a woman not to dress like a man. He commands a man not to dress like a woman, right? If I love him with all my heart, that as a man you're going to love your wife as the Hamashiach loved the church. As a woman you're going to respect your what? Husband, because you love him with all your heart.
That's right.
When he says love him with all your heart, mind, and soul, and your neighbor is thyself. If I love my neighbor, I'm not going to steal from my neighbor. If I love my neighbor, I'm not going to give them shrimps and catfish. Right? See, we got to break those two commandments down, because a lot of people think, well, just two commandments in the New Testament. No. In those two, he says, I believe right below that, he says what? On these two hang what?
The law.
The whole law. Because the Sunday church, they're just what? They'll just quote those two verses and that's it. But what does it mean to love him with all your heart?
John 14:15.
Out of the issues, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. Thank you. Out of the issues of your heart, what? Keep thy heart with all diligence. For out of it, keep thy heart, come on my scholars. Keep thy heart with, guard thy heart, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it, flows life. You understand? And there's a saying that says what? Follow your heart, right? That's what people say, right? Follow your heart. Should we follow our heart?
No. The heart is deceitful above all things.
The heart is deceitfully above all things.
Who then can know?
We shouldn't love the world. If our heart loved the world, we shouldn't love the world or the things of the world. Let me tell you something. Your love does not define what is right. Because oftentimes when you're telling people that what they love is wrong, they get upset with you. Go ahead, brother.
That's Proverbs 4:20.
Hello?
Keep thy heart without diligence, for out of it are the issues of life.
2700 Village Creek. 2700 Village Creek, Fort Worth, Texas. 2700 Village Creek, Fort Worth, Texas. We have 2700 Village Creek. Now listen, YAH'S said go and make disciples. In other words, go and make students. Go and discipline people. Right? It takes discipline to come in here and to sit down and do what they say the black man and black woman don't want to do. which is what?
Listen,
Listen.
be taught.
And they don't want to what? Read. You want to hide something from black folk, put it in the what?
In the book. Now important. Because we can't find the truth. We gotta look at that.
Put it in a book. It takes discipline, Brother James. It takes discipline to come in here and to sit still. And, Brother Steph, it takes discipline to come in here and to sit still and to be taught and not to be making money while doing it. Uh-oh. Because I will argue with anybody. From my observation, the number one religion of the so-called black man and black woman of America is not Christianity. It is a job, and what I always say, cash cow. When our people say get themselves together, what they talking about? Somebody answer that.
Get a job, get a house.
There you go.
Get a car.
It's never get themselves together with the scriptures.
Yeah.
Materialistic thing.
What about this? Go to 1 Corinthians 12 and 28. This is a ministry that teaches from the heart of Yahweh. We teach from the heart of Yahweh. 1 Corinthians 12 and 28.
Okay.
This is me right here. Read, brother.
Read 1 Corinthians 12 chapter 28 verse. And Yah has set some in the assembly. First apostles.
What? First what?
First apostles.
First what?
Apostles.
Mores.
First apostles. Secondarily, prophets. Thirdly, teachers. After that, miracles.
Okay, we can stop right there. In this dispensation, mores or the priest does not have much weight. Now, when the Most High returns, you know what I'm saying, he shall make us priests when Yahweh shall return. But in this particular dispensation, Yahweh shall, he chose 12 apostles, then he chose what? 70, right? And listen, the apostolic office was set up and men died from that office, but that office still remained. So that there can be a continuous what? Succession until the next dispensation when Yahweh shall returns. Then we should all be made what? Priests. So under the priesthood of the ministry of Moses, or the prophethood of Moses, the Leviticus priesthood was set up. Under the ministry of Yahweh, whom the world called Christ, apostolic authority, which is a Greek word that means messenger, one sent forth. Okay? Or you can say ambassador. Okay? Now, a lot of our Hebrew brothers and sisters don't like to indulge with the word apostle or apostolic because it's not necessarily Hebrew. You understand? It's not necessarily a Hebrew term. So they kind of shy away from it. You understand? But I would beg to differ. You understand? James Holloway, can you go live?
I need to charge you.
Brother, can you go live? If anybody can go live, go live. So, the apostolic authority was set up by Yahweh. You understand? And he set up the apostles first You understand? Now the church is not a building. The church is you and I. The church was not born on the day of Pentecost. The church was born in the wilderness when our forefathers came out of what? Egypt.
Bondage.
That's right, out of bondage. You understand? Now look, as I said before, we're going to have a heart after Yahweh in order to do what he wants us to do, in order to govern ourselves accordingly, in order to congregate respectfully. We're going to have a heart after Yahweh, not to gossip, not to be jealous of one another, not to be envious of one another. Y'all hear me? We're going to have a heart after Yahweh. You understand? You can't do what Yahweh wants you to do any other way other than by loving him with all your heart. If you try to do what he commands you to do through your emotions, it ain't going to work. Because what's going to happen is that you're going to be doing it grudgingly.
Right.
And the Most High said that he loved what? Cheerful givers. You understand? You ain't going to want to come, if you come to Shabbat, you ain't going to want to be here. You're going to hate to sit down. You're going to hate not to eat pork. You're going to feel like, well, I don't never have fun keeping all these laws. Who has distorted your thinking that keeping the commandments is boring? Who has distorted your thinking?
Keeps you safe and alive.
And listen, go to 12th chapter Romans. 12th chapter Romans 1 and 2. 12th chapter Romans 1 and 2. Anybody can read that. 12th chapter of Romans 1 and 2.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 12, verses 1 and 2. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. So
it's not just a heart service. Present your bodies holy and acceptable to Yahweh. Don't present your body as a drunken, intoxicated. Don't present your body as a body filled with sexual perversions. You understand? He wants your body to be what?
Pure.
Pure and holy. Why? Because your body is a what? It's the temple. Women, dress appropriately all the time. Respect yourself. Wear clothes that fit you, not clothes that show your circles or your shape. That ain't right. A lady say, Apostle, I don't want my daughter to be a whore. Well, I said, don't be a whore. Somebody didn't get that. A lady said, I don't want my daughter to be a whore, Apostle. I said, well, don't be one.
That's Ezekiel 16 and 44.
She gonna do what she see her mother do.
Because I'm like, well, she's like, what you mean? Well, you're dressing like one. You calling me a whore? I said, no, I didn't say you was a whore. I said, you're dressing like one. See, when you take law out of the equation, you have people doing what seems right to them. See, these scriptures give us structure. It gives us discipline. Where does all the social ill come from? Does it not come from violating the law of Yahweh? Why is there so much so-called black on black crime? Why is there so much sexually transmitted diseases?
Because of people doing what Yahweh told us not to do.
Exactly.
Sin has consequences.
Apostle, it's hard being a single mother. Well, it's something you did. If you wasn't raped, it's something that you did. to help get to that point. And likewise for the brothers as well. Man, this child support eat me up, man. You know, you running around here, you got children by different women, you understand, you know. Of course, you know, you can be forgiven, but at the same time, what you do in the past will affect your future. Bad or good. But see, nobody want to be corrected. People want to sin, Brother James, in peace. They want freedom from the consequences of sin. They want to enjoy the pleasures of sin without consequences. They want to be called an Israelite without being disciplined. They want to be loved by Yahweh by not doing what he commanded them to do. In other words, they want to have it your way. You understand? Let me tell you something. No one should be coming to lost-bound Israelites to get somebody's number, to get somebody's Facebook account, only to leave this ministry and to go and gossip. Your intention is not right. Your motive is not right. That's not building brotherhood. That's not building sisterhood. That's witchcraft. I rebuke you in the name of Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Why it's so hard for some ministries to grow? Because you're jealous. And jealousy is as cruel as the what? Jealousy is as cruel as the grave. See, if you have a heart for Yahweh, as my grandma would say, if ain't nobody else doing it, I'm going to do it. She said, if I have to go by myself, then I go by myself. Listen, be aware of people who don't like to who are not comfortable with themselves. They like to lose themselves around other people because they're not comfortable with themselves. You know. Read the second verse, Romans 12:2.
Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh.
It says, now be not conformed to this world. Well, how is that possible, Apostle? How is that possible, Apostle? Well, Yahweh shall say what? He said, ye are in the world, but be not of the world.
Right.
You understand? Well, it's hard not to think about, you know, like the world, you know, when we are surrounded by worldly circumstances. Well, see, we can do all things through Yahweh, who strengthens us through Yahweh Shah. That's why he gives us the Ruach Kodesh, to give us the power to be able to withstand the stinking thinking of the world. You understand? Listen, let me tell you something. It said, be renewed by the renewing of your mind. We don't think, we choose. Can we say that again? We don't think, we choose. When somebody say, well, I have my own mind, liar. Because somebody is influencing you. Some person, place, or thing is influencing you to do what you do. Hello? We don't think, we choose. Well, I have my own mind, and in my own mind, you understand, I want to eat unclean food. Well, somebody has influenced you to eat unclean food. Well, in my mind, I want to be independent, you understand, and be by myself and do my own thing, you understand. Well, somebody has influenced you to think like that. Somebody is influencing. You don't have your mind. See, you will get around folks who will support that. That's why the Bible says evil communication corrupts what?
Good manners.
That's why it's good to come to Shabbat, to get filled up. Because you're gonna go you're gonna go a whole week, and you're gonna be around people. More than likely, you're gonna be around people who are not in the truth. That's why it's so important to come to Shabbat, to get refilled up. Because if you stay out of Shabbat for too long, you'll lose yourself around people who are not in the truth. The Bible is clear cut. It's clear cut. Now we can teach all about this other stuff, you understand? But listen, your purpose as a man is not hard to find. Your purpose as a man is to fear Yah and keep his commandments. What are his commandments?
That's Ecclesiastes 12:13.
Yes, sir.
Hallelujah.
It's to be a father, to be a husband, to be a friend, to be a friend. You understand? To rebuke your neighbor, to not permit your brother to what? Sin.
Don't provoke to wrath. Don't be slow to speak, quick to teach.
Let the elder men teach the young men how to be men. Let the elder women teach the younger women how to be wise. Go to school, get a good education, and be independent. That ain't what the Bible said do. Right?
Right.
Let the elder women teach the younger women what?
How to be wise.
That's to teach that today. Woo! But that's Bible, ain't it? We can't be like them Sunday churches.
No.
Nitpick.
What the Lord said.
The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. I'm blessed and highly favored. He shall supply me with all his riches. You understand? Selected, nitpicking. I said, read them laws, read them commandments. Let's see if you really love Yahweh. Read the laws, read the commandments. Let's see if you really love him. It's clear cut. Children, honor your father and your mother. Not just on Mother's Day. You understand? He says, be renewed by the renewing of your mind. Either you're going to be influenced by the world or you're going to be influenced by the scriptures. You understand? One thing I like about the coronavirus is that it's getting people's attention. Hello? Whether it's man-made or Yah-made, you understand? It's getting people's attention.
So you can tell who's seeking Yah and who ain't.
It's getting, that's right, Elder. It's getting people's attention. If they won't hear Elder Scales, if they won't hear Elder Darrell, if they won't hear me, if they won't hear you all out there witnessing, you understand the Most High said, okay. Pharaoh don't want to hear Moses. I'll bring some plagues.
Oops.
I co-sign the man-made plague. Yes. Just to get your attention, because he's a jealous what? So we have to have a heart, and we have to renew our mind. In other words, we have to be influenced by what the scripture says. We have to allow the scriptures to influence us. Greater is he in you than
He that is
in the world.
That's right.
I can do all things by him who strengthens me.
Stop being a sucker for help.
Say that again, huh?
Stop being a sucker for help. What is a sucker for help? A sucker for help will accept help from the devil. I can hear my grandmother say that if I was hungry, if the devil offered me some bread, she said, I'll starve.
Hallelujah.
Isn't that what Yahweh he fasted 40 days and 40 nights, and then he said, if thou be the son of, turn these stones into what? Bread.
Yeah, that's what he told them though. Man does not eat by bread alone.
Yahweh was not a sucker.
That's right.
He was, he stood firm. Because see, we think that when we suffer, we think, well, I can't be in the will of Yahweh. This can't be Elohim.
We ain't doing no suffering.
And then when we get outside of this will and it's comfortable, we think this must be the will of the Most High. It's not. Because the devil, he makes things comfortable with side effects. He make them comfortable with side effects. So we have to have a heart after Yahweh. And we have to allow this word, understand, since it has no legislative authority in America, we have to discipline ourselves with it.
That's right.
So it boils down to it, so it all boils down to this. Do you want to live it? And even if you decide not to live it, the consequences still going to come. But it just ain't going to come, by you being stoned to death. You don't have to keep Shabbat. Ain't nobody going to stone you to death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can be an adult, have an adulterous spirit and sleep with whoever you want to sleep with. Ain't nobody gonna stone you to death. But guess what? You gonna have consequences.
It's gonna catch up with you.
It's gonna catch up with you. Because somebody, either that man or that boy, or that woman or that girl, gonna kill you. Or number two, you're gonna die from a sexually transmitted disease. See, the enemy makes sin looks fun. Makes keeping Shabbat what? Boring.
Right.
All they do is talk about them scriptures. I'm trying to live my life. Not knowing that you're not living life, you're living death. Look, Shabbat is not the problem. He give you 6 days to take care of your business. And I have a problem when we promote an event more than we promote Shabbat.
Or another man's death. More than we talk about the resurrection.
Yes. But I have a problem with that. But he give you what? 6 days to take care of everything. And then some of us have the nerve about coming to Shabbat. Some of us have the nerve about how long we stay. You understand? And all the Most High is asking is for 1 day. We don't even have midweek Bible study. And even when we had our building, we had a Tuesday night Bible study. The ones who said, I'm coming, didn't come. When we had our building, we had a Wednesday night rehab. I need help, Apostle. I'm suffering from these drugs. Wednesday night, I was there, didn't come.
Yeah, they wasn't suffering.
Yeah, they were suffering. They just didn't want the discipline. They didn't want to change. See, our people don't like order.
Yeah.
And our forefathers didn't like order when they came out of Egypt. Because they think that the Most High brought them out of Egypt so that they can do what they want to do. Yes, ma'am. He saved them out of Egypt for a reason. Here's the reason, so you can be a holy nation. So that you can be a what?
A royal priesthood.
A royal priest. He saved them.
That's right.
That's what he did. And hold up, Elder. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. There must be a difference between Shabbat fellowship and what's going on in a lot of these Sunday churches. Don't get upset with me if I don't want to hug your wife. I'm speaking in general.
Right.
I've been to services like that where everybody's having a hug orgy. Because when it comes to Shabbat, there must be order. The scriptures give us order. And we knock some of the camps, you understand? But let me tell you something, they got order and they have discipline. And listen, King David, he had a heart after Yahweh. He was a shepherd king. He was a pastor, right? Talk to me. Did he sin as a pastor?
You say who?
Did King David?
Yes.
Did he sin as a pastor?
Yes. You got right.
What'd you say, brother?
You got right.
Step down, King David. Elder down? Did he say step down?
No.
Did he say, you false prophet? What did he say, y'all? He repented.
Got up and cleaned up.
And the Most High,
Blessed him with a son anyways.
Most High said, look, yeah, he sinned, but you better not touch him.
He's mine.
Right. Touch not mine anointed.
Fault or flaws, he's mine. You have no authority to check him. You have no authority to judge him. You understand?
A sinner has no authority to judge a saint for anything. Hello? Somebody found that scripture where it says, obey them that have rule over you. Quickly. It's in Hebrews. Hebrews, the 11th or 12th chapter. Come on, all you got to do is Google it. Obey them that have rule over you, your soul. Come on, y'all. All you got to do is just Google it up. Read it, brother. Read it loud.
Hebrews 13:17 reads, obey them that have ruled over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief.
Obey them that have rule over your soul. Who do you think that's talking about? That's talking about whoever the Most High has put over the congregation. Moses said in the law in Deuteronomy, may the Most High put a man over the congregation. Right? I ain't under nobody but Yahweh. Well, technically, yeah, that's true. But Yahweh, he sets order and structure in the congregation. Right? So I have to give an account for you. Whether I have a fault or a flaw, I have to give an account for you. And you can't, right? But yet he himself is rightly judged by what? No one. Right?
It's the right way and wrong way to do everything.
That's right. I believe the Gospel of John says what? Judge what? Righteously, not according to what? appearance.
But you got to judge yourself before you can judge anybody else.
That's right. Now check this out. The world say, what does the world say? The world say what?
Only God can judge me. Don't judge me.
The world says, can't nobody be perfect. But what does YAH'S says?
Be perfect. For me to be holy.
That's a commandment. Usually when somebody say ain't nobody perfect, they're usually trying to justify their imperfection.
So
Yeah.
they're doing.
Yeah.
We're not doing.
And when somebody say can't nobody judge nobody, they're usually trying to justify their wickedness. You understand? But I can judge you. I can judge myself, but I can judge you too. I have that authority. King David judged the people. And he was at a fault, I'm not saying that I'm at a fault, I'm just using it as an example. Because he had a heart. He had a heart. You understand? Oh, don't let it be that everybody can miss Shabbat but apostle. Hear me, Brother Lee? Why everybody can miss but I can't? But when you're running for the Most High, like my grandmother taught me, you understand? When you're running for the Most High, you don't quit. So we have to have a heart for Yahweh to do what He commanded us to do, to keep His commandments. Because without a heart for Yahweh, we will fail. And your love does not define what is right. It don't define what is right. The scriptures define what is right. Because you can be in love with something that's evil. Well, I don't want to let it go. Why? Because I'm in love with it, but it's evil. But I love it, but it's evil. But I'm in love with it, but it's evil. But I love it, but it's evil. That's why you have to turn your love from what is evil and wicked to what is right. Your heart, whatever I can't say it enough, Brother Emmanuel. Your love does not define what is right.
God damn it. God cursed. Because a lot of us are loving things that the Most High has damned or cursed.
Right is wrong and wrong is right.
That's what goddamn really means. I'm not being rude. It means God cursed. And and a lot of us, you have to, that's why you have to be born again, because you have to be born out of loving what is unrighteous to loving what is right. A man say he's in love with another man. My heart, apostle. But it's evil, it's wicked. A woman's in love with an unequally yoked relationship. But the scripture says it ain't right. It's wrong. A man in love with an unequal relationship. You understand? But he says I'm in love with her. But it's wrong. You follow what I'm saying?
So you have to reorientate yourself to love the Most High. And listen, there is no such thing. There's a gospel song that says falling in love with YAH'S is the greatest thing that has ever happened to me. You don't fall in love with YAH'S. The scriptures don't talk about falling in love with YAH'S. The scripture says you grow to love. That's why so many foolish women make foolish decisions. You understand? Fall falling in love with, you being in love with the wrong things, because you don't understand. Love is not an emotional thing. Love is a commitment. Love is something that you grow to do. It's a principle. And you end up being the cradle of dysfunctional families. You understand? Love is a commitment. There's an old African proverb that goes like this, that happiness is temporary, meaning happiness is based on happens, whatever happens. If this happens, I'll be happy. But if this don't happen, I won't be happy. See, happiness is based on what? What happens. You see that? The root word of happiness is what happened. That's conditional. I'll be happy if I get this. I'll be happy if I get that. But the Apostle Paul said, even though I'm in a jail cell, I got joy of the truth inside me. Meaning this circumstance has no, I know we in captivity. I know we wearing prison clothes. But you can have some joy. You can have some joy. I'll be happy as long as I'm employed. But if I lose my job, I'm pissed off.
Don't lose the job.
That's, your happiness is based on what?
Employment.
What happens? You see what I'm saying? And the Most High don't want us living like that. Because he says a double-minded man is unstable. See, a lot of us are pursuing what? Happiness instead of pursuing joy. Or the peace that comes from the Most High. Because the world is going to be unstable. And your focus, you can tell how a person, you can tell, Brother James, you can tell a person where they mind at. Because you can tell by the decision they make. You can tell if they, one day they upset, next day they happy. Y'all ever know some people like that? They unstable. They mentally unstable. And let me tell you something. But the scriptures wants to give you true peace. The scriptures wants to give you joy. You understand? Don't put your faith in these man-made things. The reason why there's so much social ills in our community is because we're not doing what thus says Yahweh. We think a paycheck can take care of all that. Well, why hasn't it taken care of it? Every year we get our income tax. Nobody really thinks about giving the ministry something, but a few. But a few. To mature you. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Give Almighty Yah a hand clap praise. We're going to have to get elder scales up next week. Because I had to bring that out. And we came straight from the Bible, right? We came straight from the scriptures. Because a lot of what's going on in the community is because our people are ignoring the commandments of Yahweh. We think a paycheck will solve everything. You understand? And we're having a crisis right now. I'm not talking about the coronavirus crisis. I'm talking about the crisis. See, we've been having a crisis before this crisis. And you can't drink that away. You can't smoke that away. We've been having a crisis before this crisis. We've been having a crisis since we was brought over here. We've been having a crisis since we left Jerusalem, fleeing into Africa. We've been having a crisis actually since we left Egypt, rebelling against the commandments of Yahweh. Right? Manon, go see if Gabriella gonna perform at this particular time.
I'm gonna let it shine, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hey, yeah. All down the road, I'm gonna let it shine. All down the road, I'm gonna let it shine. All down the road, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hey, this little light of mine. Come on now. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Hallelujah. Okay. Oh, wait, what?
He said, what? This is all we have, right? This is all we have. Now in today's culture, what do they say? What do they say? Nigga, you must be crazy. I ain't giving you my last. Right?
Right.
This is all I have. But she gave her last to the prophet Elijah. Why was that important? Somebody answer that.
Save all she had because it wasn't about what you have, it's about what you giving from your heart.
That's right. But why was it important for her to give her last to the prophet?
Because she trusted in you.
Huh? Yeah, she was commanded to, but why was it important for that widow woman to give her last to the prophet?
She had faith.
That's right. All your answers are right, but why was it important for her to give her last to the prophet? Elijah. Huh?
Was it for him to continue?
For him to continue. In other words, to sustain the voice of Yahweh in the land of Israel. Y'all see that? And was she an Israelite?
Yep. No? She wasn't?
Well, I just say she wasn't an Israelite. Elder, she wasn't an Israelite. But to sustain, so he can continue to what? Preach Yahweh. Because during that particular time, Ahab was in control, right? And her false what? Prophets, right? So we give to the godly to what? To sustain the voice of the truth in the land. You ready, sister? To sustain the voice of Yahweh in the land, because Jezebel with her prophets, you understand, and she wasn't a street walker, you understand, but she was a domineering woman who did not respect the authority of her husband, you understand, and because of her false deity promotion, you understand, the land was defiled. So the only voice besides Elijah and a few other prophets, you understand, that was stood for Yahweh was Elijah and those few other prophets, you understand? But the Most High sustained Elijah with a raven first, right? And then, after the brook went dry, then he told him to go to the widow. And he told him to go to a widow. What is a widow? Someone whose husband is dead.
Or absent.
Or absent.
Maybe dead.
Yes. Especially in this culture. Today. So we see that, and back then, a woman's husband was like her sole survivor, right? We know back then, being a woman without a husband, kind of like you had no protection. You understand? You know, you was open season. You know what I'm saying? But she gave to the prophet. She gave to the prophet her last. So women have a very important part to play. And then we see that also that Yahushua, that his ministry was supported by women of substance, because they left their occupation as fishers, and they left their occupation as a tax collector and as a carpenter, you understand, and they were supported by women of substance. Y'all see that connection? See, everybody can't be tied down to the affairs of the world. Y'all understand that, right? Right? Everybody cannot be tied down. And one thing, the beauty about Shabbat is that it keeps you from being tied down to the economic rat race of America. Hello? And everybody else in America seem to have the audacity. The Muslims even seem to have the audacity to go in and tell their employer, look, Ramadan is coming up and I'm not going to work. And the employer respects that. You understand? The so-called Jew will go in and tell their employer, I'm not going to work on Shabbat, and they respect that. But when you tell one of our people who are the true Israelites to go in there and to pray that Yahweh will give you favor, you understand, all of a sudden there's a problem. Hello? But keeping Shabbat keeps you untied from the economic Babylon, mark of the beast, rat race system of America. You understand? They don't respect us as people in America. The reason why they don't respect us is because we don't respect ourselves. I'll work any day you want me to work. I'll work any hour that you want me to work. You understand? You have no respect for yourself. They won't ask the Muslim to do that. They won't ask the so-called Jew to do that. Because they're not whores for the money like our people are. So have some respect for yourself. Stop making a job and a cash card your God, your Elohim. At this particular time, we're going to get Sister Gabriella up. I am Apostle Malachi. Give Almighty Yah hand clap praise.
That's what's up. That's what's up. What up? Thank you for having me, Gabriella. Are you ready with the song? Gotta get the beat. Beat's gotta drop. Then I'm gonna perform a song for y'all. I'm on tour. Actually, I got a show tomorrow in Dallas. If any of y'all want tickets, Eminon got the hookup on the tickets, so just holler at him. I'm ready. Oh, we got a horrible system. That's not the CD. The CD sounds better in the car. I don't know what's going on. Supposed to be. I got a little Bluetooth speaker we can,
No, I don't know why. It sounded all right.
Try that again. Let's try it one more time. Huh? It's a Bluetooth speaker? This a Bluetooth?
No, on that, waterproof.
Can you connect?
This is a Bluetooth speaker. Okay. We could, yeah, man, can you put trumpets is blowing at me and you could just kill him? Put that on there. No, we not. Turn that off before they don't buy my album. My album sounds better than that in real life. Sorry. Turn that. That's like a cassette tape, VH1 thing. VHS. He ain't got no Wi-Fi. He ain't got no data, so let me go get my
You have another CD?
No, man, my CD sound good. Let me get that back. It's the system. And I got CDs for y'all. If anybody likes the music, it's free. Let me go get let me get my phone. Get my key. You really got that on?
I'm on my other phone right now.
When you hear it in your mind, that's the battle cry. Can you see it in my eyes? That's the battle cry. Can you see it in the sky? That's the battle cry. Trumpets is blowing, hey. When you hear it in your mind, that's the battle cry. Can you see it in my eyes? That's the battle cry. Can you see it in the sky? That's the battle cry.
Trumpets is blowing, trumpets is blowing. And ain't you never heard of the Most High?
Yeah.
And ain't you never heard of the battle time?
Yeah.
Ain't you ever heard? He said the son to die just to raise him back up to the throne in the sky.
Yeah.
But ain't you ever heard? This ain't the only light.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a time when it's judgment time. This world handed back to the son that brings the light and eternal life. But first up on a fight.
Yeah.
And we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against all the principalities, against the powers and the rulers of the darkness of this world,
Yeah.
against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, step into you the whole armor of the Most High, so you can stand up in that evil day and stand there for, hey,
battle cry.
can you see it in my eyes? It's the battle cry. Can you see it in the sky? That's the battle time. Trumpets is blowing, trumpets is blowing.
When you hear it in your mind, that's the battle cry. Can you see it in my eyes?
That's the battle cry.
Can you see it in the sky? Cause it's battle time.
Trumpets is blowing, trumpets is blowing.
When you hear it in your mind, that's the battle cry. Can you see it in my eyes? That's the battle cry. Can you see it in the sky? Cause it's battle time. When you hear it in your mind, that's the battle cry. Can you see it in my eyes? That's the battle cry. Can you see it in the sky? That's the battle cry.
All praise to the
Most High.
On the wave, riding so high. Scripts got me in overdrive. Y'all the reason I be going live. He my buckler and my shield. Secret place I go inside. No time for unfruitful works. Me and wicked don't coincide. Me and evil don't coexist. I am not from this funny world. Y'all trust in material things. Me and you, we are not the same. Crazy folks serving crazy gods, putting faith in mortal man. They don't know what they doing, y'all. Y'all just put it all in your hands. Y'all took them spotted garments off, and I put the whole armor on. Gotta stay strapped up at all times. This here's a war zone. Yeah, this that battle axe right here. This that sword piss in your flesh. This that hammer bust in your head. Try your spirit, who want that flex? Yeah, yeah.
When you hear it in your mind, that's the battle cry. Can you see it in my eyes? That's the battle cry. Can you see it in the sky? Cause it's battle time.
Trumpets is blowing, trumpets is blowing.
When you hear it in your mind, that's the battle cry. Can you see it in my eyes? That's the battle cry. Can you see it in the sky? Cause it's battle time.
Trumpets is blowing, trumpets is blowing.
When you hear it in your mind, that's the battle cry. Can you see it in my eyes? That's the battle cry. Can you see it in the sky? Cause it's battle time.
Trumpets is blowing, trumpets is blowing.
When you hear it in your mind, that's the battle cry. Can you see it in my eyes? That's the battle cry. Can you see it in the sky? Cause it's battle time.
Trumpets is blowing, trumpets is blowing.
Hallelujah. For the weapons of warfare, not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. All right, thank you. We did that last night, so you might not know all the words, but you know, you get it. right, you know what I'm saying?
Would you like to stand up and introduce yourself?
Shabbat Shalom, Mr. Kai.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Okay, my name is Dawood Akeem. This is my Isha, my wife, Kayil. This is my brother E. We are from Hampton Roads, Virginia. We drove by here last night, 20 hours.
What?
But it was good though.
Welcome.
We did it together. But yes, and we will also be performing tomorrow. I will also be performing tomorrow at the KOE studio event as well. So hope to see y'all out there. Shalom, shalom, Mr. Patel. Thank y'all for having me.
Do you sing or rap or
I do hip hop.
hip hop?
Yes, sir.
You can give us a freestyle?
Why you gotta put him on the spot?
You don't have to, but I just, will y'all be coming to the Israelite prayer breakfast tomorrow?
Oh, I didn't know anything about that.
Okay. Yes, 11 o'clock. But we're so honored to have you here. Our sister Cole, she's from Virginia, right? Yes. Yes. So we thank you all for, I believe he was one of the ones who called. So we're so honored to have you here at the Lost Found Israelites Shabbat Fellowship. I am Apostle Malachi, and our chief elder, Elder Scales, is on the camera. And our other elder, Elder Darrell, raise your hand, Elder Darrell, as well. So from us to you all, we feel honored. Thank you all for coming and considering us. And we pray that you will come back whenever you are in town. And some of us are going to be at the KOE event as well. Give them another hand. We want to thank all our guests as well. And we know Gabriella, she came all the way down from Indiana.
14 hours, it ain't 20, but
Yes, yes, yes. So all praises, and we all know Immanuel Israel. I want to call him up for a few minutes. This brother has been laboring with me in the truth, along with others as well. But I just want to confirm him as an elder because he's traveled with me from to Louisiana to Mississippi doing the work. And whenever I needed some help, whether here or in Dallas, and we have some other things scheduled like in Alabama, he's always been the one that I can call, and I always get I'm with it, you know what I'm saying? Because we're going to do the work of the Most High. So I just wanted to just confirm him as an elder in Lost Found Israelites ministry with the Board of Elders approval, Elder Darrell and Elder Scales. I just wanted to confirm him as an elder in this ministry because of his labor of love for the brothers and sisters, whatever he'll do. I mean, whatever there's a need, and if he has, he's going to help out. Also, this brother invited me down to Houston as well, and I spoke down there. I believe that was November of last year, and I had a great time. He was a great host as well. And that's how it should be whenever us Israelites travel. We should help our brothers and sisters out in any way that we can. You understand? Because that's how the so-called Jew, you understand, they take our book, they take our laws, you understand, and they apply it to their people. Well, since the law came through us, since it originated with us, since it was given to us first, how much more should we, be looking out for our brothers and sisters, you understand, in whatever city where we reside and they come through, right? Yeah. You understand? And Yahweh Shah did say that, by this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, not by the knowledge, being puffed up with the knowledge, but by your love for one another. Right? Right. So I just want to confirm this brother, Elder, Chief Elder, do you confirm him being an elder?
Absolutely.
What about you, Elder Dow?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm sure Elder Timothy would as well. So I want to offer this here in my right hand, a fellowship, and ask that the elders will come up as well, and we confirm you as an elder in the Lost Found Israelites ministry, although he resides in Houston. You understand? Y'all come on up and give him a hand. Well, if you're not able to, Elder Darrell, I know. All right. Okay, so he's now going to be one of the teachers of Lost Found Israelites and one of the representatives as well. And he also has a ministry called the Men of Integrity as well also. And he's been invited along with me to go to a conference in Alabama as well. And he's going to be traveling with me to Mississippi to do some work down there in about a week or so. Okay? All right, give this brother a hand. Be aware of the coronavirus trend that's going on. And it is right in Fort Worth, Texas. Mayor Bessie Price has declared Fort Worth, Texas to be in a state of an emergency. We not 250, but any event that's 250 will not be allowed to operate. But we don't believe we're going to have that many out at prayer breakfast tomorrow as well, so we should be good to go. But I just want you to be aware. Don't let nobody breathe in your face. Don't be grabbing door handles and when you go in them stoves without your hand not being covered. Do some practical things. And the spiritual thing we should do is to cover ourselves with Psalms 91:1 and Psalms 91:6. Okay? Other than that, all commandment-keeping Israelite gatherings are covered by the Most High. Okay? So tomorrow, we have an Israelite prayer breakfast at the La Quinta Hotel, 8250 Anderson Boulevard. And once again, we're going to have another performance by Emanon and Sister Gabriella, as well as our own as well. So come on out. It's $10 individuals and $15 for couples or families. Okay. But even if you don't have that amount, just give what you can. If you can only give $5, give that. You understand? Because we are raising money so we can get our own building. Okay. Right? And also to help establish a homeless shelter. I understand Sister Gabby didn't tell you about that, but she wants to establish a homeless shelter for women. Well, that's right. You understand? And we're going to help you.
Brother, let me just say, the man who owns this building, the pastor,
yes,
he said I can have an acre of his 6 acres, so that's where the shelter will be.
Hallelujah. That's right. He's a good man. Good man. So at that, we're going to ask that you all would stand.